The most underrated amusement park in the UK is now open, and I'm going to go through all of the brand new changes here at Fantasy Island. Opening with the park back in 1995, Rhombus Rocket has had a retheme and a rename for the 2025 season. It's great to see this for its 30th anniversary. It is now called the Rhombus Express. There is a whole brand new lighting package in there. We've got brand new vinyls. The actual operation, a cabin, is now a ticket office, quote unquote, and it honestly looks brilliant in here. At the end of last year, I did make a video saying Fantasy Island was the most underrated park in the UK, and I still will think this, as the theming for an amusement park is exceptional and really embarrasses some of the quote-unquote theme parks in the UK, because Fantasy Island isn't technically a theme park. So to see this level of theming is honestly brilliant from the Mellors group. You also got some brand new vinyls. Even the queue line has had a re-theme. You can see the existence since 1995 as well. It's honestly great to see this for its 30th anniversary. Will it be an amusement park? There's still pop music playing in the station though, so don't have to worry about that if you do like bopping away. And moving on to more roller coaster changes, as Millennium has had some changes to its train, and we expect the same for Odyssey too. Now these red lights here are some extra safety measures for the harnesses. All this essentially is an extra safety measure just so they can detect if that's not clicked down properly, and we expect the same for Odyssey. However, the Odyssey train currently isn't at Fantasy Island at the time of filming, and thus it was closed on opening weekend. We will actually be going to Fantasy Island in a couple of weeks, so we'll see if the train is in place there. That's also had a brand new lift hill chain for this season too, but that is already. Now there is another mystery coaster that was meant to open last year, the spinning coaster. However, it never did open last year, and it still isn't ready for the 2025 season. At the end of last year, we did start to see some kind of testing with some trains actually put on the track. We're starting to see some trains come on the track at the start of this season as well. Whether it's ready, I don't know. Whether we'll actually see this ever open. It's like a mystery coaster that's just there. As I said, there is no kind of updated on this. There is some trains on it, so you never know, we might see this for Easter or hopefully the summer at least. And yeah, that'd be great to see, because 4 coasters at this park, in my opinion, would be brilliant. There's always kind of been a 4th rotating coast. We've had Fantasy Mouse over the years, so to see another spinning coaster, this is a newer model as well. It'd honestly be brilliant to see, and I know a lot of people are looking forward to ride this if and when it finally does open. If you've been visiting in recent years, you'll know there was an old McDonald's building. This has been used for Fair Island for a different couple of skier mazes over the past couple of years. However, that building has now been destroyed. This opens a huge load of space in the park, especially with Magic currently being in Mellors Home Depot in Nottingham. So whether that's a bigger project planned later down the line, Magic is set to come back later this year, apparently for 2025. However, long term, maybe next year or the year after, whether they plan to do something a lot big with that space, especially if they got rid of the go-karts. Don't worry, the go-karts are still here for this year. A lot of people were worried about that. We can see it based on this map here. But yeah, whether we might see a full-on coaster put there, permanent attraction, would be brilliant. There's a lot of space for Mellors to work with there. I look forward to seeing what they do with that space. I'm glad they finally got rid of the old McDonald's building, because it opens up a lot of space for them to work on around the park. Magic has also apparently had some work done on it as well, so whether that will affect the ride experience drastically, I'm not too sure. However, at the moment it is in Nottingham. I'm assuming it will transport back to Fantasy Island sometime later in the year. There's a little plane ride that has been removed for some extra additional seating. That was next to the Dodgems. I think this is needed, especially during the summer holidays, because Fantasy Island honestly gets very, very packed around there. I don't think this seating is going to drastically improve the experience. However, I don't really think the little plane ride is a huge loss to the park, and just adding that extra bit of seating, I guess, will help out. It wasn't just the Rhombus Rocket / Rhombus Express that had a rework as well. Some bits of the log flumes had a bit of a repaint. We've got some rock work here that you can see. It's definitely had a freshen up. It's honestly great to see, because as you're driving by, you do get a great look over the log flume and the Rhombus Rocket station. So to see that look in perfect condition is brilliant to see as well. During the winter period, there was also some damage to a couple of the buildings and food stations around the outside rock work. This was all repaired as well, so that should be looking a little bit more fresh because it's brand new. Kind of comes as an occupational hazard where Fantasy Island is located right next to the sea. So yeah, overall a very good clean up and refresh for Fantasy Island over the winter period. Hopefully that space has come available. We see a huge project long term from the Mellors group for Fantasy Island. Honestly, love this park, and yeah, we'll be there for the Easter break in a couple of weeks. So if you want to see that vlog, make sure you do subscribe with notifications on. If I have missed anything, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll be quite happy to read it, because that means we can fit it in our vlog next week. Yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe with notifications on, and I'll see you next time. Cheerio.